I'm Chris Basso. I'm the Associate Dean of the School of Public Policy and Urban Affairs. I'd like to welcome you to Northeastern University's Open Classroom. This semester's theme is Policy Advice to the Governor, and this is our special election recap. For those of you for whom this is your first time here, the Open Classroom is a series run by the Policy School every semester, a different theme. The theme this semester was Policy Advice to the Governor. We meet every Wednesday night from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in this room. Next week, by the way, the theme will be housing. So for those of you who are policy wonks or wonks in the making, be here. We've been having a lot of fun actually this semester on topics from healthcare to the role of public employee unions to, in fact, such scintillating things as regionalism and local government. All you public administration people in the audience, you should really have been here for that one. Actually, it was a lot of fun. Tonight is a special event, as it is every time we do, every other year we do an election-based kind of open classroom. And by the way, next semester, just as a preview of coming attractions, is Demography is Destiny. For those of you for next semester, Wednesday evenings right in this room, Demography is Destiny, maybe question mark. So that's our theme for next semester. But right now we're going to be talking about the election. Whoops. There we are. And this evening we are co-sponsoring this event with our two partners, the Political Science Department at Northeastern University. I am a political scientist by training, and that's my home department. And the Massachusetts chapter of the American Society of Public Administration. And I'd like to welcome Christina Eckenroth, who is the president of Mass ASPA, for a short plug. Christina?
He said short. You know, you're always trying to give people direction without being, so I get it.
Yes.
Good evening.
I really get to see you.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Christina Graf Eckenroth, and I currently have the pleasure of serving as the president of the Massachusetts chapter of the American Society for Public Administration. What is the American Society for Public Administration? Well, we were established in 1939, and we are, believe it or not, the largest and most prominent professional association in the field of public administration. So we invite you to join us. We have a diverse membership. We're composed of practitioners, teachers, students, and our goal is to link those in public service, policymakers, students, researchers, to foster dialogue and discussion on important challenges facing everyone engaged in public service. The Mass chapter of ASPA, lovingly called Mass ASPA because you can't be in government and not make it an acronym, is an organization of professionals employed in federal, state, local government, non-governmental organizations that provide public interest services, professors, students of public administration in the Commonwealth. Really, we're dedicated to supporting a learned dialogue about the real issues facing public service today. We're in tough times, and I don't think that I'm telling anybody anything that you don't already know. We're faced with daunting challenges and a frontier of complex issues. We have historical economic distress, we have turbulence in our financial system, we have systemic unemployment, we have international security concerns, and we have a political battleground around core values such as the role of government in personal lives of citizens. Big government, small government, big government, small government. We need to work together to identify innovative solutions, forge new paths through informed, rational, and civil conversation. To that end, each year, Mass ASPA conducts programs and presentations of hot topics and the most recent research in public administration. Thank you very much to our university partners. Without them, we couldn't do that. To inform, engage, and support relationships with practitioners of public service at all levels and in whatever you're engaged, academics, researchers, and students. We are very pleased to continue our relationship with Northeastern, and again, thankful to co-sponsor this discussion. We're happy to see all of you here joining in this dialogue, and we invite you to learn more about ASPA and the Mass chapter, plug here. We have an information table out front, and we have several members joining us this evening, so if you'd like to learn more about us, please stop over and say hello. Please join our mailing list so you can get updates about all of the events that we sponsor and co-sponsor. Next up will be our very popular holiday gathering in December, and we also have a set of programs that we sponsor throughout the year with local universities and academics. So we thank you all, and thanks a lot, and enjoy the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. By the way, Mass ASPA members in the audience, raise your hands. Just so. All right. So you know who to talk to. And by the way, the Northeastern University MPA program is 40 years old, plus over 40 years old now, and has a long and proud tradition of training every new generation of public sector and nonprofit sector professionals. So these are your future professionals. Be good to them. We have a stellar audience tonight. Yes, we do. You can tell who's been up late last night waiting for those last precincts from Alaska. Grizzly bears or not. We have a stellar set of presenters tonight as well. Audience, yes. And it's a nice balance between two political scientists and two, shall we say, practitioner experts. Paul Watanabe is professor of political science at UMass Boston. Paul is an expert in American political behavior, ethnic group politics, Asian Americans, and American foreign policy. He regularly contributes, and you probably have seen him and heard from him regularly over the years from various television stations and radio stations. And he's one of the region's most knowledgeable commentators in the political science community about politics. My colleague Bill Mayer is, okay, yes, the fan club. Bill Mayer is professor of political science here at Northeastern University, specializing also in American political behavior. Bill, I'm proud to say, a colleague of mine for 20 years now almost. We were young once, weren't we? We were. Bill is one of the most knowledgeable people I know about American political behavior, American value systems, and about elections. And he's going to obviously sort of give us some insights there about the big trends in what we see from this election. So we'll have Bill go first and Paul go second. Our third speaker will be Larry DeCara. Larry is a partner at Nixon Peabody. He's a board member of the School of Public Policy, and for those of you who've been around longer than 10 years, former president of the Boston City Council. Well, how many years were you in City Council, Larry? 10. 10 years in City Council. And he retained his boyish exuberance the entire time. And finally, last but certainly not least, someone who needs no introduction. Who are you again? Our good colleague Mike Dukakis, who will give us the perspective from the governor's office, but also from someone who's done a lot of campaigning in his life and can talk about precinct politics till you can't believe you've heard it more than you imagine. But Mike will bring up the rear. So what I'm going to ask my colleagues to do is each of them do 10 to 15 minutes up here at the podium. Remember to speak clearly, more than I do, into the mic. And then we'll do the second half for audience participation. So without further ado, Bill Mayer.